So in the series of videos, we are talking about various standard functions. This is the fifth part of this particular concept. We have already done 4 videos before. So if not, check them out. Go ahead and see what kind of functions we have discussed there. So in this one, I'm going to talk to you about one special function known as the correctest integer function. What is the definition? F is from R to R. We write fx equals to box x. So this is the third bracket that we are using. What does it represent? It represents the greatest integer less than or equal to x. If you look at the name again, you will clearly understand why we are having this kind of definition. Now let's see one thing which is very crucial. Let's talk about the number line. Suppose this is the real input that we are considering. You can see this blue dot. So consider this position here where there's a man standing and he starts walking to the left hand side. Will clearly understand that once he starts walking, the first integer that he actually arrives at is called the greatest integer function. So basically, we are taking the integer which is closest to the original position, but it's not exceeding that. Similarly, take this one. You will clearly see, starting from this one, you will reach this 2. So this is the greatest integer. Now that we understand the definition, domain is R because you can have any real input. You can have the codomain as a second set. Range. This is very, very important. No matter what the input is at the end of the day, you are getting a basic integer as an output. So the set of all integers is going to be the range of the function. Example. So let's take this 2.1. So what is the closest one which does not exceed it? 2. Similarly, 4.7. So this is 4. Now it might look like we're just dropping this, decimal places and we are getting the value, but be very careful when it comes to negative numbers. If I just simply write that this is 3 or -3, this is not going to work because the answer is -4. And for any integer, the value will be same. So this is what you need to understand for greatest integer functions. Now what is the next thing? You already know we are going to talk about graphs. Consider any value between 0 and 1. 0 is included, 1 is not included. The output will be 0. Look at the number line, this will be absolutely clear. So once we plot this, this is how it's going to look like. Look, 0 is included, 1 is not included, and the output is 0 throughout. Similarly, from 1 to 2, you will have the output as 1. Again, a constant function, and this goes on. Fair enough? Look at the negative one. If I consider 0 and start walking to the left, all the values will be -1. Similarly, you will have -2, and so on. In general, we can write x equals to n. The output will be n if it is lying between n and n plus 1, where n is included and n plus 1 is not included. Because remember, whenever you have an input which is an integer, the output will be integer as well. So if you look at the graph here, it looks like a step. So it's sometimes called the step function as well. So this is all about greatest integer function. Building on this concept, in the next video, I'm going to talk to you about fractional part functions. So stay tuned.